Nas, what's up, man? Hey, did you catch NXT tonight? I wasn't able to watch the whole show, but I did catch the highlights, and I liked what I saw, man. Rachel, good seeing you in here. Rachel, are you feeling better? I know it's been a rough couple of days. Hope you're feeling better. Guys, welcome in. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, hit that thumbs up. For anybody new here, welcome. Hit the subscribe. We are on the road to WrestleMania 41, just a few days away. We had NXT tonight. Not going to touch upon NXT too much other than the fact that we could talk about that 7-match card coming up early Saturday before night one of WrestleMania 41. But welcome in, guys. Again, subscribe, hit that like button, and let's talk some wrestling, man. Okay. Yeah, NXT, I just saw the 12-minute highlight reel on their YouTube before I got on here, being that I wasn't able to catch it tonight, but it looked pretty good. And it squared away a couple matches that we're going to get at Stand and Deliver. Looks to be a pretty good card. 6 matches on the main. I think they have one pre-show match, which is, if I'm not mistaken, I'll pull it up here. It is a fatal 4-way for the number 1 contendership for the Women's Tag Team Championships. That is the pre-show match. So that has some good female talent over there. And honestly, this card's going to be good. A lot of women's wrestling. You have, out of these 7 matches, you have 3 women's matches. So, pretty good card ahead. Rachel says, I'm finally healthy enough to finally be. All right, good. Yeah, you rode the recovery on the road to WrestleMania there, Rachel. So, better to get that out of the way the last couple of weekends so that you could hopefully be better this weekend for WrestleMania, Yeah, I'm happy for Thea Hale, too. That's one of the things I was very happy to see take place tonight at NXT. Seeing her return. I feel like she's been off TV, at least 3-4 months, maybe? Since Chase U broke up. I didn't know if they were ever going to even portray her on TV again. So we saw what happened to Duke Hudson. They let him go in January. Guys, welcome in here. I want to take this moment to say, what's up, wrestling fans? We're on the road to WrestleMania 41 this weekend, man. So, guys, hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Guarantee you're not going to want to miss any of the lives this weekend. Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. All 3 of those nights I'll be going live after SmackDown, Night 1 and Night 2 of WrestleMania. So we got a lot to discuss. Tonight we're just chopping it up here, talking about the match cards for, WrestleMania Night 1 and 2, and NXT Stand Deliver as well. So guys, hit that like button, hit the thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bells for any and all content or lives like this. You don't want to miss out. You want to take part. Caden, what's up, man? Yeah, that main event bit with Seth and Roman was good. It's going to be a great match. I feel like it's been at least 2 weeks since I've been. Yeah, I hear you, Rach. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Good to see you here. Let's see. What's going on there, Caden? Guys, again, hit that subscribe, hit that thumbs up. What are you most looking forward to this weekend at Mania, man? We got 13 matches on that card between both nights right now. What match are you most looking forward to? And are you also looking forward to NXT Stand and Deliver? It's a 7-match card early Saturday as well before all the festivities for Mania kick off later that night. So a lot of wrestling, man, all week. There's a lot of wrestling. If you only watch WWE, there's a ton of wrestling this weekend, obviously. But if you watch all kinds of pro wrestling like I do, there's a ton to watch, So it's like nonstop. Yeah, good to see Roman last night, Rach. I agree with you. Yeah, I had read that too, Caden, about Becky Lynch possibly not, seemingly maybe not coming back anytime soon. But hey, you never know, man. Maybe trying to swerve us to not anticipate her return anytime soon, and then maybe she'll pop up. But I respect it. But if I do hope to see Becky Lynch back sooner than later. It would be nice to see her. Yeah, Stand Deliver is going to be really good there, Rach, and obviously Mania. Again, the build has been suspect, to say the least. We know that the last few months for this WrestleMania build had its ebbs and flows, but I will say that I think the card will deliver, as do I think that Stand and Deliver will be good as well. Welcome in, guys. See people are filing in. Be sure to hit that sub button, and I hope to see you guys here with me. Also, if you're on TikTok, I go on live there relatively often as well. You can follow me on TikTok at Turnbuckle Topics, TOPIX, much like here. Follow me on Facebook. Instagram, and X as well. Yeah, that's right, Rach. That's right. For those that do also watch AEW, like myself and Rachel, if you want some added pro wrestling this week outside of WWE, you have Dynamite obviously tomorrow night and Wednesday night, and Thursday they're doing a AEW Collision, because I think last year didn't they do Collision on a Saturday as they usually do, which was not good WrestleMania weekend for them to compete with Night One of Mania. So they smartened up and they have it the same night, or the next night rather, Thursday, which is the same night that TNA is running their pay-per-view Thursday night as well. That is TNA Unbreakable. And for those that will be out in Vegas this week, all kinds of different festivities as well from numerous other promotions. So there's just so much going on. And yeah, tomorrow's going to be a good card. I know you are too, Rachel. I'm really looking forward to, on a side note, looking forward to Mercedes versus Athena tomorrow night in the Owen Cup tournament for AEW Dynamite. That's going to be absolutely great. Been waiting for this match for a minute now, and I thought we were going to get this at AEW All In, but hey, I'll take it. I'll take it however we could get it. I do think it'll be a series of matches, though. I don't think it's going to be a one and done at all. So I look forward to it, though. It's going to be exciting. I know Mercedes and Athena are very excited as well. They've been saying it up and down social media the last couple of days. So yeah, it's going to be real good. Yeah, Caden, I hear you, man. Yeah, Rachel was just talking about that match. I'm definitely looking forward to that. One of the top 3 matches I'm looking forward to this weekend with Punk, Reigns, and Rollins, obviously. But and Night 2's card collectively is probably better in the sense of, I don't know. I guess it's debatable. The Fatal 4-Way for the IC title on Night 2 is a big one for me. Then you have the triple threat with Io, Bianca, and Rhea. That's massive. And then Cody and Cena. So those 3 matches alone are going to be outstanding. Styles and Paul should be good too, as will Priest and McIntyre. So Night 1 looks to be pretty good as well. Obviously, main evented by Reigns, Punk, and Seth will be awesome. I do think Jay and Gunther will be great as well. A lot better than a lot of people anticipate. Who knows what's going to happen with Tiffany and Charlotte, man. And I hope for a very good match with Naomi and Jade. I really hope that's a good one. Rey Mysterio, El Grande Americano. I'm sure that'll be good, but maybe just as comedic as it is good. I'm sure Rey wins. Rey will unmask him, assuming it's Chad Gable. I mean, maybe it's not, but I think most of us do think it's him. That'll be good as well. Let's see here. What'd you say? Your gut says Paul joins Seth. Yeah, Rachel, I agree. I think Paul Heyman leaves with Seth Rollins on Saturday night, no doubt about it. You're going for Rhea there, Caden. Okay. Rhea to me is the least likely to win. I'm going to go with Io retaining. I'm not mad if Bianca wins because that would keep her undefeated at Mania, putting her at 5-0, 4-0 in title matches at Mania. So I could see that happening too. Rach says, I feel like the Profits versus Motor City should be on the Mania card. Oh, absolutely. I think, yeah, it's a foregone conclusion. Absolutely. If there's going to be a tag team title defended, and only one set of those titles defended on this card, should have been the Profits. Should not have been, I love the New Day, don't get me wrong, and happy the War Raiders got gold again, but I think, most people would rather see the SmackDown tag division in general as a whole has just been so much better for months, opposed to how they booked the Raw tag division, So yeah, I'm a little bit of a head scratcher. Now, I know some people said maybe Big E comes back and possibly costs the New Day. I think it's a bit of a stretch, but if that's what we get, I'll obviously take it. That would be cool. That would be cool. But yeah, 13-match card. Maybe they add Randy versus Solo and a last-ditch effort for Night 2 to even out the night 7-7, since KO's unable to compete, unfortunately. But we'll have to see what happens there. But welcome in, guys. Welcome on in. You did your Mania picks. You have Bianca winning? Okay. Again, I'm not opposed to that at all. Personally, I want to see Io have a long title reign, at least beyond Mania. But, if Bianca keeps that undefeated streak alive and wins gold again at Mania, I'm definitely not upset at that. Not at all. So we soon shall see. As far as Stand and Deliver is concerned, I don't know how many of you are watching NXT Stand and Deliver Saturday, but, it's loaded with a lot of talent. The women's matches unto themselves is going to be great. the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT title. Then you have the 6 women involved in the NXT Women's North American Championship match, that ladder match, for the vacated title by Stephanie Vaquer. I'm not sure who I'm going to pick in this match alone, so I got to go through all my cards and pick them. I'm going to try to get most of my picks done tomorrow, probably. Could I see Bayley turn on Lyra? I mean, I guess so, Rach. I mean, here's my thing. A lot of people have been suggesting that Bayley's going to turn on Lyra the past week. Here's the thing. Could it happen? Sure. After only 1 year of Bayley being babyface again, after damn near being a heel for 5 years, right? Since fall of 19. Could she turn heel on Lyra? I could see it, but my level of intrigue or interest for that happening, to me, is non-existent. So, honestly, I could care less. Because it's a weird thing to do from Jump Street to put. I get it. They want to put Bayley on the Mania card in some capacity. Then I guess put Lyra on it. If I don't know why they don't just have her defend her IC title, just as Chelsea should be defending her US title. But in the inaugural year, you know what I mean? They are the first champions. How do you not have that on Mania? But anyway, Bayley and Lyra, they looked great in the gauntlet, obviously, Friday. They won all 5 of their matches throughout. But I don't know, man. It's kind of weird that they paired them together in the first place, But who knows? Maybe Bayley does turn on her. I don't think it's gonna mean much outside of Mania unto itself. It's like, okay, now what? And then I don't know. Is Bayley gonna eventually dethrone her? To me, I don't know. It's kind of lame. But I have heard that a lot. Okay, it says Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, it should be good, man. Nas says Cena has to win Sunday. All right, I respect it. I beg to differ. I don't think he has to win. As to why I'm having Cody coming out with the victory. Cena winning 17 sometime in 2025, to me, is inevitable. Now, whether he wins it as a heel or eventually feels the need to go back to his babyface roots to get it done, remains to be seen. But I don't think it's a must-win. Because he's going to be here all year. It's only mid-April. And so with that being said, as long as he's aligned with The Rock and this team corporate type of aspect we may be having here, he should be able to finagle his way into a title opportunity any which way, without, even if he loses this to Cody. He doesn't necessarily have to win a Money in the Bank or any of that sort in July. Again, he's with the board of directors of TKO, The Rock. So I'm sure Dwayne will figure out a way. When Dwayne was given that position, or had that position, he was announced, was it last January or February of last year, that he was going to be on the board of directors. Literally within 48 hours, his daughter Ava, I get it, it was his daughter, it is his daughter, was then promoted to the NXT general manager, right? So she went from being part of the schism with Joe Gacy, the dyad, and all them, just as the female of that group that was slowly but surely falling apart, and we didn't know what was next for Ava, to Rock being on the board and saying, no, this is what she's doing. If you're not going to be putting her in the ring in the women's division, or she's damn well not going to be a jobber, then we're going to make her the NXT general manager. And so if he's able to do that, lickety split, why can't he have John Cena get a title opportunity as early as the week after, or days after Mania, if he's to lose to Cody? So who knows? But I don't think it's a must win for Cena as much as some may think it is. Let's see here. You're sticking with Cody? Yeah, I hear you, Rach. WWE lied about this being the first ever 4-Way for the IC Championship, says Nas. You think if he loses, he will go back to babyface immediately, Nas? You don't want him back that soon in that regard? I get it. You see Priest getting the W, Rachel. Okay. I love our difference of opinions on a lot of these matches. I'm going to go with Drew. Again, we could continue with that whole downward spiral of Drew McIntyre losing and continuing his frustrations. But I don't know. I feel like at this point, I'm probably going to go with Drew. Not only because Damian Priest cashed in on him successfully last year, winning that World Heavyweight Championship from him at WrestleMania 40, but I feel like that definitely has part to do with it. And that, Drew's had that receipt coming for a year plus now. So that's definitely part of the reason why I'm going with him there. Let's see. Yeah, Caden, I know you're not the biggest Cody fan. We do know that. We do know that. But it should be good. It should be good. You know, Mania, we're getting there, man. I know this was tougher for a lot of people too, for a variety of reasons. One, this has not been one of the better builds to Mania in recent years, right? Throughout the past couple of months. And two, the fact that Mania is realistically at least 2 weeks later than usual, right? Like last year, we had it the 6th and 7th of April, and now we're getting it on the 19th and 20th, Easter weekend this year. So it's, you know, when things are dragging already quite a bit in a lot of the storylines, not all, but a good majority, it's tough in general. But then you have that added 2 weeks where it's later in the month. It's like, oh man. But you know, Backlash is going to be relatively quick. It's was it going to be 3.5 weeks or so, 3.5, 4 weeks, if that, or probably was it May 10th? So it's not too bad, not too bad of a turnaround from the 20th to the 10th of May. Hopefully that will be a good 6 match card or whatnot. I saw they put out the poster earlier today with Randy Orton on the cover. I saw Triple H tweet that. Of course, we had to know Randy Orton was going to be on that poster. It's in St. Louis. Rachel's saying, "Did I see Tom Brady? Maybe. Where's that at WrestleMania? You're saying? Let's see, Caden. Yeah, one of these days, Caden. We've been waiting for this for a very long time, and the reality of it was since she returned in February at the Rumble that Alexa Bliss inevitably would be joining the Wyatt Six, though they haven't been featured on TV pretty much since then. So, unless things go completely south, I think she definitely will be joining them. But who knows when they'll pop back up on TV? You know, that's the question. That's the question that remains right now. So, guys, I appreciate you joining me here on this YouTube live. Again, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe. If you're new here, welcome, man. And I'm going to hang out here with you guys for a little bit longer. Then I very well make my way over to TikTok Live and venture over there for a bit as well. But that said, I'm glad to see some of you here. Glad you're feeling better, Rachel, first and foremost. But yeah, good to have you guys in here on the live for a little bit here on this late Tuesday night. You want Braun Breaker to win? Yeah, you know, I want, again, none of my stuff's in concrete yet there, H, but I would like to see Braun retain. I honestly would. I know a lot of people are lobbying for Dom Mysterio to win, and I get it. Much like if Bianca wins, I'm good with it. You know, I'm just hoping EO retains. Kind of hoping Braun retains, but I'm not mad at the fact if Dom wins. I'd also like to see Penta win. And I get a lot of people saying that it's too early or, you know, with Penta just starting in January, coming in and winning the IC title already. And I get that. The reason why I could see them expedite a Penta title victory in singles is who knows when, we know it's going to happen, obviously, but who knows how soon they'll be putting him and Rey Fenix back together, the Lucha Bros, now that Rey Fenix has been with the company on TV at least 2 weeks now on SmackDown. So could it be as early as May where they put them together during a draft type of situation? Or could it be later in the year or even next year? We don't know. But, you know, with that said, that is one of the reasons why, while Penta has this singles momentum, I could see them putting the title on him at this moment in time. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I hear you on that. You think Chad Gable is El Grande Americano? I think a lot of us do. There is a small majority that think it's not, which, hey, you never know. But I led to believe it is over the past month or so. And again, I see Rey beating him and unmasking him. And that will pretty much be that. So I think that's going to be the whole payoff. And realistically, why they're booking him as that at Mania and not booking him as Chad Gable. A lot of people are like, why don't you just book him as Chad Gable? And I get that. But from that aspect, I think that's what happens. Let's hear it, Rach. I love a good what if scenario. What do you got? You heard Paige is coming back, Caden. Okay. Again, I'm indifferent to it. You know, big fan of Paige, man. Feels like yesterday, what was it? The Raw after WrestleMania 2014, after WrestleMania 30, when she came up as the NXT Women's Champion and shocked the world and rolled up AJ Lee, right, to become the Divas Champion. So she was holding both belts at once. It was a big deal. That said, no one was a bigger Paige fan at the time than myself for those couple of years. She was really doing her thing. 2014, 2015, even 2016 a bit before the injury, I believe. And, you know, she made a return in 2017 with Absolution. Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, they were great for a little bit. Right before the new year, she had gotten injured, by Sasha Banks in Long Island. And Paige did not wrestle for almost 5 whole years, right? 17 to at least somewhere around 2022. I know she then debuted with AEW, and I watch AEW all the time as I watch WWE. And Saraya, I supported her, man, but Saraya just did not look all that great. And I applaud the comeback, man. 5 years is a long time. Coming back from a major neck injury and all that. Um, but I was not the biggest fan of Saraya in AEW, the in ring aspect. So if she comes back to WWE, good for her. I'm excited for her, whatever role that may be, whether it is on screen, whether it's wrestling or not, whether it's in the PC, whether she's helping talent, who knows? But her coming back to the WWE family, I'm excited for her in that regard. But I cannot get on the bandwagon with a lot of people that are excited to see all these potential dream matches. They want to see Paige either go up against Rhea or team with Rhea or go up against XYZ. The excitement's not there because if you watched AEW and you saw what I saw, I don't really know how you could get head over heels about it. Respectfully. And this is coming from a place of me actually liking Paige/Saraya. So, what if WWE throws us a curveball and has Big E cost War Raiders their belts? Yeah, that'd be a wild one, Rach. I don't know. Yeah, I heard the last couple of days that, what if Big E came back and cost the New Day, but cost the War Raiders? That would be interesting. Don't see that happening. I got to be honest with you. I don't see that happening. Because the way they disrespected Big E in December, I don't know. I'm all for a heel New Day, just as they started in 2014 as heels, if you remember. Vast majority of 2014, 2015, they were heels. We were getting the New Day sucks chance as we're getting today. Then years, from 2016 up until, honestly, December probably, it was New Day rocks, right? New Day rocks, New Day rocks. Now it's back then, New Day sucks. So I don't think it would make much sense, especially for Big E. A lot of us as New Day fans, or when they were all together at least, or Big E fans, want to see him, seek some level of revenge on them. So, especially he's been out for 3 years now. Crazy. March 2022, he went out with that neck injury up against Ridge Holland on the episode of SmackDown. So, let's see here. Page AEW. Yeah, I hear you, Caden. I read that quite a few days ago too. Again, it doesn't really matter if Paige is coming back to WWE in that regard. I'm excited for her as an individual, but in ring wise, if she's coming back to wrestle, again, man, I saw what I saw in the last couple of years in AEW. Glad to see her back. Nothing all that impressive. So, but kudos to her, man, for making a comeback. Rachel says, "Have you heard the rumors about Mariah May?" Yeah, it's a smart move for her, Rachel. The thing about Mariah May moving to AEW, from AEW rather, to WWE, now that's something I could get on board for, right? Not so much the whole Paige bit, good for Paige from a nostalgia standpoint, but Mariah May, from a business standpoint, very smart to leave AEW to come to WWE when your stock is at its highest. Because let's be honest, it's only going to drop from here. She had a great partnership/feud with Toni Storm for the better part of a year and a half, and she won the Owen tournament last year. She won that where she turned heel, right, to get that number one contendership to go up against Toni Storm at All In, where she won the title at Wembley last August. And then, she dropped the title in Australia, February 15th at Grand Slam to Toni. And so what's done is done, and realistically, she's doing a very similar thing that Jade did in the sense of once Jade's title run was up. Now, granted, Jade was there a couple more years than Mariah was. Mariah's only really been with the company barely a year and a half. Jade, shortly after her TBS title run, lost to Statlander, lost the rematch, signed with WWE. Similar thing with Mariah May. Leave while your stock is at its highest, and that makes a whole world of sense. So I get it. A lot of people ethically, especially if you're like a diehard AEW fan. Again, I watch both products, so it doesn't matter to me. But to Mariah May, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Get in while the going is good, and the women's division is only getting more and more competitive by the day. If you watch NXT, if you watch Evolve on Wednesdays, if you watch any of these things at the, in regards to the PC, the Legends Future Great show on Sunday nights on A&E, if you're watching Raw, if you're watching SmackDown, the ability and how good the NXT women's division has gotten in the last 6 to 8 months with the additions of Stephanie and Julia and Zarya. Jordan Grace, so many others that have come off the indies, come from just other promotions in general, and that are even being built at this very moment in time in the Performance Center. So, I mean, look, Mariah May is making a very big power move if she is going from AEW to WWE and capable of doing so. So I applaud her. It's a business, and I get it. You don't owe anybody anything. You know, you really don't. So she's doing making a very smart move. Sean says you're going to watch Dynamite on AEW Collision Thursday. Yeah, Sean, I do intend on doing so, man. I do intend on doing so. Jam-packed week of wrestling, man. AEW, WWE, NXT, you name it. TNA. A lot of stuff going on. Rach says, I had a thought. What if we try to get 41 likes to TikTok? Hey, that sounds good to me, Rachel. Yeah, like I said, it's midnight now. Been on here for almost a half hour. Probably head over to TikTok Live in a little while. Having fun with you guys here. Discussing WrestleMania 41, guys. NXT Stand and Deliver. All the events taking place this weekend in Vegas. And anything else you want to discuss, drop it in the chat right now. I want to encourage you guys to hit the like button. Hit that thumbs up for me, guys, on the live right here. And also hit that subscribe button. If you're new here, welcome. Hit the subscribe. You like pro wrestling, present day, past. We talk about everything. We don't exclude anything. Talk about various promotions. And obviously right now we're talking Mania because it's that time of year. So we're in the present right now. But a lot of the times we come on here and talk a little bit of way back when as well. After WrestleMania 43 is done. Yeah, Backlash is in St. Louis. Yep. Rach says there's this one TikTok career. Yeah, I know who you're talking about there, Rachel. Yeah, without naming names, I know exactly who you're talking about over there on TikTok there, Rachel. Yep, it's all good. Hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Some people, only like WWE. Some people only like AEW or whatever company they proudly wave that flag for, and I respect it. I respect it. They have their reasons. But yeah, again, I'll leave it as this. Mariah May leaving AEW to go to WWE makes a world of sense. Now, look, if Mariah wanted to stay in AEW and get another title reign down the road and all these other things, sure. But Mariah May's smart. She also sees the handwriting on the wall and just how Tony Khan maneuvers. Now, Megan Bayne is the new hot commodity over there in the past couple of months, although she did not win the title last week at their most recent pay-per-view. She what was that? Revolution was what in March? What pay-per-view just took place? But in any event, a lot of people thought Megan Bayne was going to win the title. I'm glad that Tony retained. But not to say that Mariah May would not be back in the fold again. But yeah, Dynasty. Thank you, Sean. Out in Philly on the 6th. Not to say Mariah May won't be back into the fold, but she's probably like, well, why just kind of sit on the sidelines where my time is valuable and critical, and I want to get in this window when my stock is at its highest? Because look, very similar comparisons. I'll say, granted, Stephanie Vaquer is head and shoulders above a lot of female wrestlers, including Mariah May, right? Stephanie's also got a lot more years on Mariah in wrestling, to be fair, right? But just like when WWE management was thrilled and over the moon about Stephanie when they saw the match she had against Mercedes at Forbidden Door in Long Island last June, which I was in attendance for. Great match. Stephanie looked incredible. Going up against, again, Mercedes, Sasha, former WWE star. Similar situation here. Even though Toni Storm had a very short run on the main roster, everybody knows what Toni Storm's capable and the great storyline and wrestling we got from Toni and Mariah. So seeing, the likes of how Toni and Mariah work together, WWE's obviously got to have some level of intrigue for Mariah May. They will not, turn a blind eye to that. If Mariah May is showing interest and they could get another big win from a former women's champion over there in AEW, they will take that opportunity to reel her in. Because you see what they do with the men, whether it's Lexis King, Ethan Page, Shawn Spears, Ricky Starks, all those guys just doing their thing on NXT. They actually basically had a program together over the last couple of weeks with just the strictly AEW guys on NXT TV. So you think they won't take this opportunity to take a hot commodity like Mariah May and bring her over to WWE? Yes. Again, whether you agree with Mariah's ethics or not is a different story. But, Mariah, if she is interested in coming to WWE, is actually very, very smart. Let's see. TNA Thursday. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so Rachel, yeah, the mask behind me, I got it a couple years ago. I got it in 2021, the blue looking Rey Mysterio mask you're referring to. I actually found it in storage a couple of days ago. Haven't had it in a few years, so I remember shortly after I got it, I had put it away and forgot I totally had it. So why not throw it on display, man? Um, what's that, Nas? You can't take your eyes off the IC title, you said? Caden says it's Saturday, Sunday. Yep. Let's see. Sean says stand deliver on Saturday morning. Yeah, man, it's earlier than usual, right? Then I'm trying to think. Then again, last year, because I was at stand and deliver, last second, my buddy who works, within the arena and stuff, was able to get me a ticket, like just as the show was starting. So I got over there like midway through the stand and deliver event, and I remember it being relatively early. I forget what time it actually started, but yeah, the start time has definitely moved up over the last couple of years. If you remember, stand and deliver when it used to just be NXT takeovers, they used to be well, it was one night, right? It was just one night only. And when Mania was typically one night, you'd have Mania on a Sunday, you would have um takeover either on what, a Friday or a Saturday. It was much different. And then the Hall of Fame used to have its own thing. And then, granted, they were able to do this on Fridays because SmackDown was either on a Thursday or a Tuesday. So a lot of things have changed, and they're trying to fit in and squeeze in all these puzzle pieces. It's a lot. It's really so much. It's so much, man. Hard to keep up with, but I'm gonna definitely try to keep a keen eye on the everything, all the goings on with Stand and Deliver. Obviously, both nights of Mania are my priority, but if I can watch Stand and Deliver live, I'll absolutely do my best to do so. Hall of Fame, 1 a.m. I know, I know. That's why for SmackDown Friday, Rage, I was talking to everybody last night about it during the Raw review, and I said, look, what I'm going to do Friday after SmackDown, I'm going to hop on here as I do typically for my SmackDown reviews. So I'm going to hop on here Friday night, knock out a SmackDown review, and depending on time, I'll probably just go check out the Hall of Fame or see where I'm at. If I have time to go on TikTok live after, like I usually do as well, I will do that, but not so sure if I'm going to be able to squeak that in, because I do want to see the Hall of Fame. I do want to check out the Hall of Fame. So, all right, guys, going to hang here probably a few more minutes. I know I said this before, but you guys have raised some pretty good points I want to elaborate on here. So feel free to chime in the chat. Otherwise, I'll probably head out of here in a few moments. Thank you for joining me. Again, if you haven't already, guys, hit that subscribe button, all right? Pro wrestling fan, WWE fan, WrestleMania week, a lot going on. So you want to go take a second, smash that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit the like. And again, thanks for being here tonight. Yeah, I hear you on that. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we'll all be able to squeeze as much as we can into this weekend, man. We're gonna have a pro wrestling hangover Monday morning, right? And then you got the Raw after Mania. Even though I feel like the Raw after Mania, it's been all right the past couple of years. I feel like it doesn't have that level of intrigue or excitement that it once upon a time had. But it doesn't take away from the fact that it still should be something to look forward to after a relatively good weekend of pro wrestling, right? So, all right, guys, look, it's been a lot of fun. I'm probably going to head over to TikTok Live now. So, again, if you haven't, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thank you for hanging with me for a few. And it's been a lot of fun. So, thank you for being here, guys. I will catch you next time. And again, if you got me on TikTok as well, I'll head over there live in just a few minutes and see what those crazies are doing over there. All right, guys, thanks again. Let's enjoy this road to WrestleMania 41. Just a couple days away, guys. All right, talk to you soon. Take care.